Hey everyone, it's Hugo from Productrise, and in this video I want to quickly show you a cool research study that we've performed that's been picked up by one of the biggest Dutch marketing websites. It's called Immers. My voice is a little cracked right now, but it sounds worse than it really is. But anyway, I want to show you the study, what we found, and some of the data behind it that you can use to influence your own marketing strategies. Because we've all seen these product carousels show up in Google and they dominate a ton of commercial queries. According to our data, it's as much as 90% of commercial queries are dominated by product carousels, and they are organic, so they are non-paid. So they're very important for your marketing strategy if you are in e-commerce. However, there's very little information about how these product carousels work, how do they operate, who is most visible, how much do different factors influence the rankings like reviews, price, or product titles. And so that's what we wanted to find out. And the product category that we focused on is Christmas trees. Why? Well, because Christmas is around the corner, so it's a nice, relevant topic. And I'm really happy that this was picked up in Immers, because this way we can share knowledge to as many marketeers as possible, because it is really important to know what's going on with these product carousels. So anyway, the study shows that based on 50 keywords tracked every day for a couple of weeks, we found the top sellers in the Netherlands. Now, this is not really interesting if you're not from the Netherlands, but it is interesting to look at the data behind it. So why do the top sellers creep up to the top, whereas some other sellers are struggling at the bottom? And so I want to show you a little bit behind the scenes of this study that we did. One question I get asked a lot is, hey, how does price influence our ranking? And there is, in fact, a slight correlation between cheaper products and better rankings. And it kind of makes sense, right? Consumers, they want to have the most value for as little money as possible. And so Google's algorithms indirectly reward cheaper products because, they get better clicks, it's cheaper, so people assume that there's more value there because they don't have to pay as much. Does that mean that expensive products cannot rank? It's not true. In fact, there was this Christmas tree that cost over $5,000 for a single Christmas tree that was consistently showing up in the search results for the search term luxurious Christmas tree. And so if we look at the correlation between price and position, we do see that there is a slight correlation. It's not that big, but you have to realize that Google's algorithms, they look at hundreds of factors. And so for a single factor, price, to show a correlation at all is quite interesting. If we move on to discounts, you see lots of various strategies. Some sellers don't offer discounts at all, whereas other sellers, they push discounts as if their life depends on it. And we found that discounts do actually also have a slight correlation with better rankings, which makes sense with this pricing point of view as well. But you might be asking, hey, there's nothing I can do about my pricing. What else can I do to rank better? And if we go beyond the big factors like brand recognition and authority, we can also see that there are some smaller players who are able to wiggle their way up to the search results. And how can they do that? Well, we found that product title optimization is really simple. Better optimized product titles provide better rankings. Another thing that we found was image optimization. Better images equal better rankings. And there are a lot of other things that you as a marketeer can improve in order to increase your rankings in these product grids. And we've got loads of information about those factors. Your product feed is a big part of it, but your website is also. If you are offering products in your feed and your website doesn't have structured data that matches your feed, then you're going to make it harder for Google to understand what you're offering. And so there are lots of things that you can do to increase your visibility in product carousels. If you want to know how your own products are ranking in these product grids, there's a free version of Productrise where you can track 5 queries every day. And you can just have a look around at what our tool does. It's totally free, there's no credit card involved. You can track today and know where your products are ranking in the product carousels and who your competitors are. So if you do want to check it out, there's a link in the comments below, and I hope to see you around. See you on the next one. Bye.